Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Wee Paddy from across the shuck. And well, it's only two more sleeps to go until you can get your hands on the next version of the Jack Wolf knives, which is the Javelina. A Javelina, as the Spanish would say, I think. Was that a good Spanish accent? It'll do. Anyway, it's only two more sleeps. You can get your hands on this. I'm very fortunate I've already got my hands on it, and I know what a blooming great treat you're going to get. And I'm going to run through it now. I'll even give you a couple of specs to see if this gets you going. Beautiful new sleeve by beautiful new sleeve from one of my subs. Just absolutely amazing. And it just goes so well with a Javelina at the inside of it, and there is my beautiful Javelina inside that sheath. Isn't that just beautiful together? I just think it's lovely. Now, look at that puppy. Just look at that little piggy. Have you ever seen a prettier bit of bacon on the hoof? That is just gorgeous. I've got the purple, but there's four different micarta scales, or not micarta, oh, for goodness sake, carbon fibre. There's four different colours of carbon fibre. Just go onto the website. They're all there. You can have a look at them, see which one really takes your fancy, and try and get in early and get the one that you want. And there's one micarta. So get there, have a look. There's some beautiful colours there now. We get treated every month to sort of a colour that we haven't had. Oh, listen to that. Come on. If you want to buy a modern version of a slip joint with a walk and talk that beats the backside of most slip joints full time. And that's a really hard thing to do because I love my traditional slip joints, but this, listen. Isn't that just gorgeous? Come on. What's the blade centering like? Absolutely right down the hey diddle diddle. Absolutely perfect. Beautiful. It's a bare end, so we don't have a bolster at the bottom here. We have the lined bolster at the top. Titanium, still integral. This bolster and all the titanium down here is all one piece. And then they cut out a little slot where this takes its place and sits on top, which is gorgeous. I mean, that really is. I mean, gone are the days where you have to have black and white or grey knives. You've got so much choice. Now there's a place for black and white knives, but gone are the days where that's your only choice. Brighten up your collection. I love bright colours and slip joints. Really do love it. So let's have a look at this blade. Now this is called the Javelina, and this is named after the desert pig. Or it's not pig, is it? Anyway, it's one of those feral things that lives in the desert. And it's a bit of a get in there and eat anything around me sort of pigs. I think it's a fantastic name for it because although it has real good looks, some might even say cute, like the Javelina pig, it hides a really strong, sturdy knife. It really is that. It's got the usual blade thickness. It's about 3 millimeters, a full hollow grind, up to a lovely, just a beautiful clip point, slightly upturned, but I'm not even that sure it is. It's just gorgeous looking, really thin behind the edge. And with that spine, you can get plenty of work done. The tip on it is really nice, but it's not pinprick thin, do you know what I mean? But it'll do anything you'd want to do. It really is. And I mean, I know this spear, or it's not like a spear or anything else. The clip is a bit upturned, but all you got to do is do that and go in. There's no problem. Do not make that a problem because it's not one. I love the sow belly. And again, that's why it's called the Javelina. This sow belly pattern is just becoming one of my favourite patterns. And even in other people that collect other brands, from the budget to the high end, the sow belly's really making a go this year. It really is. And it's so comfortable to hand. It just lies across your fingers. Good, solid 4 fingers on this knife. Really, really gorgeous. The artwork, let's give you a quick show of the artwork. This little piggy no more. This piggy ain't little no more. That's me. But isn't that just fantastic with Jack Wolf and the Javelina pig? What a gruesome twosome they are. So you get your sticker, you get your pog, and you get the cloth, you get the tube, you get that whole experience of opening up a high-class knife that's coming with high-class materials, high-class packaging. Nothing has been spared to make the experience what it is. And honestly, I haven't had every single one so far. My experience has never been diminished. It's never been put down. I've never been unexcited when I've opened any one of the Jack Wolf knives that have come out so far. I have favourites. I have 5 favourites. And you've seen I think it was last month's 5 favourites. Well, I'm going to be doing one this month, and there's one of them going to be missing, and this is going to be in it. I'm not sure whereabouts, but I will put it in a place, and we'll talk about that maybe over the weekend, where it's going to go. Because honestly, as a cutter, a slicer, a perfect EDC knife. Absolutely perfect. Now, let's give you some sizes. Let's see the blade. What's the blade? It is under 3 inches, right up to the hilt. So we don't have to worry about anything at all. If you're a worrier about just measuring from the cutting edge, is 2 5/8. Absolutely perfect. Will do everything I need to do in a day and more. The full length of it is 6 5/8. So it's a really lovely length of a knife that can just get anywhere, do anything. Let's give you a weight. I haven't done a weight for a while. They're all very similar in weights. Now, let's see if you can see this. Now, in ounces. That's hard to believe. 2.3 ounces. That's an ounce per inch. And that's what you relate to with a modern locking knife. This is 2.3 inches in a slip joint. It's just fantastic. All titanium, not milled. This is a real sturdy knife. You have a full back spring. So, that is a great weight to come in at. Let me just get that turned off. Now, shall we have a wee quick look and see if I can get this to work behind the edge? Why not, says he. Right, let's get it zeroed in. And it's at 0. Now, let me just see where we are. Sorry. That is in millimeters. I don't want it in millimeters. There we go. Let's see the behind the edge thickness of this knife. Let's just see. Right in the middle of the blade. Now. Oh, I was too far behind the blade. Come on, baby. That's better. It's looking like, oh God, I'm really having a struggle. Sorry, boys. I'm just having a struggle getting this behind the edge. Boy, I'm making hard work of this. That's better. It's about 14 thousandths behind the edge. I knew it was there because I'd measured it for myself. But it's about 14,000, 15 thousandths behind the edge, which is just stupendous. You're never going to have to worry about slicing this blade. And I mean, you could sharpen up to here and you're not going to be that far off that millimeter behind the edge, because as you can see it, it's very hard to show this. Look how thin that goes all the way down. Look at that. Look how much sharpening you've got before that thickens out. There nearly isn't that much at all. It's fantastic. Show me another that does that. It's just stands out on its own. Let's give some size comparisons. Well, the nearest comparison I've got that I've showed during the last week or two is the Tony Bows, and it's exactly the same pattern. It's a sow belly with a clip point. The difference between this and this is much more of a, look at the difference in the blade depth in them two. Very, very similar. very similar. This one's a little bit, I think it is a little bit longer. It's a little bit longer, and you have the not stainless steel, nickel silver bolsters on this, and you have a shield. This just stands out so much because it's just got that gorgeous carbon fiber. That is purple haze, I think this is called. But you definitely get the blade length. There's a little bit more blade length on ours, and especially with that big belly, you're going to get quite a lot. So there's one comparison. The next one I'm going to show you a comparison, because it's one that we all know. And if you've never had a Jack Wolf, this is a medium-sized Jack Wolf. They're all roughly within this size. Here's a sodbuster. And you can see that there's more. That's just a small sodbuster. There's more blade length on this. But it's as stocky as a sod. In fact, yeah, it's a bit thicker in the depth than the sodbuster. But the handles are pretty much the same. There's not that much difference in the handles. So a really, really good option. And here it is with a Ashley Harrison trapper. This is just a single trapper with a clip. And if you see, the trapper is just ever so slightly bigger than it. But let's get the blade length. Yeah, the trapper blade itself, cutting edge, is just and this is a large trapper. So this knife has got one hell of a blade in this beautiful belly of the sow. Now, I'll just close these because, you know, I'll bloom and cut myself if I don't. So where can I get one of these? Well, it's dead simple. There's only one place in the UK you can get them. And thank goodness for that, because we know the quality of the two men that run that, which is Frank and Andrew. It's at Fraymar Knives. A fantastic. They're in Blackburn, but they're an online company. They've got a shop, but they do the online. You can even go into a shop in Blackburn and buy from there. He's a lovely. It's a sports store, does everything. But this is going on sale at 0730 or 1930, as we said in the Navy, 1930 on Friday evening. I got completely off my head there. Where did it go? No idea. That was a senior moment. I went completely, yes. So it's Fraymar Knives. You got Frank and Andrew there. Just you can order from them. You can ring them up and ask. You can do it over the phone on their web page. That's the best place to get it, because you'll get to see exactly what's free at that time, because a lot of these go very quickly. They sell out of a certain colour, and it's so hard to pick which colour. Last month, I thought the green carbon fibre was going to sell out absolutely straight out of the gates. It was the last to go. So you can never tell. 7:30, Friday night, go on to fraymarknives.co.uk. I'll put that down below just so you can go straight to it and order and get yourself, if it's your first, get yourself a most amazing experience. If it's your second, third, fourth or fifth, you'll get the same exciting experience when you get this knife in hand. And those of you who have knives, would you comment down below that when you got your first one, it was only then that you realised this is exactly what they said. This is not waffle. This is not people just bumming it up. Because I know there's a lot of people there have bought every single one and have enjoyed it. So if you've got one, let the new person know down below, especially if you're somebody who was into more modern knives and you've decided to try one of these. And the amount of people I get coming back and saying, you know, I wasn't into slip joints until I got this in hand. This has changed my mind. Now, it hasn't taken them off their modern knives. Don't be worried. It doesn't put a curse on you. It just is a game changer for those that would like a traditional knife, but they don't really like the old steels. They're not too sure of the old bone and things like that. You've got to give this a try. You've got to give it a try, because this gives you another option in your pocket, which is just people friendly. It's just everything friendly. But the experience of using one of these and cutting with one of these is only something you can do when you get it in hand. So I'm not going to overkill this. That's as if he hasn't. But honestly, it's just a gem. Another great one that's coming along the line. Again, I'm already excited for next month, and I still haven't got over the excitement of this. I don't even get a day off. Once this is coming up for review, I don't get a day off because then I'm looking forward to the next one. I've had 2 weeks of this, which is amazing. And I haven't diminished in my love for everything this knife has done. I have used the heck out of this little knife. Now, I say I used the heck out of it. It's my EDC. So it gets used in EDC. And I've just loved it. Again, the blade steel now is not M390, which is, such a poor steel that is. We've now got up, there's nothing wrong with M390. I love it. It's now S90V, which gives you that much more just retention. So the chances, if you're not a great sharpener, again, this is a great one. If you've got somebody who can sharpen it for you, this is a great one because you'll only have to do it. Sort of, probably you'll get another third at least, if not a half of the cutting edge that you would in M390. That's a big statement in it, but it's true. It's true. It's a fantastic blade. So there we go. I've gone on long enough. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you get one. If it's your first one, let me know what your experience is like. And if it's your 8th one, 9th one, let me know what your experience is like. Because you're not only letting me know that you've enjoyed it, you're letting somebody who's looking in that comment section to see what's true and what's not. The hype is real, folks. The hype has been going on now 8 times. There's nothing falling apart. We've not got worse knives. They're getting better, if anything else. So I'll leave you with the sound of a perfect knife closing with a backspring like that, which is absolutely amazing. The fit and finish is phenomenal. Look at that, right up the middle. There you go. Paddy's gone. Cup of tea time. Get there Friday night. Don't be late. Bye now.